Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me, and I apologize for before. I'm just restarting my Facebook Live, so we hadn't gone far in. So I'm just going to reintroduce myself. My name is Rochelle Smith. I'm an independent stepping up demonstrator from Melbourne. Thank you so much for joining me. Before I could see that the stream was really unclear, and I've just gone out and restarted. So I'm hoping it's going to be a better stream than what we had. And please comment if you're joining with me and chat with me and let me know what you like about our card today. As I was sharing, I'm going to be creating a card, quite a grungy card today using several of our retiring products. Last chance sale goes, last chance products go on sale um, on the 9th of April. Now, that being said, some products have already sold out. I have checked on the vellum, which was on our last chance list, and that's gone. Unless it's going to come back, I don't know. But my uh, experience with things that are on last chance list, once it's gone, it's gone. So if you need ink refills for your ink colors, anything that's on that list, and you really, really like it, even if it's on sale, my recommendation is get it now. Don't wait until it goes on sale on the 9th, because there are some items that are 60% off. I have put post up on my website with the photos and things of everything that's retiring. So check it out. So we'll get to the creating. And thank you so much for bearing with me running late today because of these issues. I was trying something new and that didn't quite work out. So sometimes you have to try something. And so for my card, I'm going to be using a few different sets and several dies. I'm using the Just My Type stamp set, which is one of my favorites from the annual catalog. And this will be one that I keep because I love the typewriter and I'm a stationary crazy person. So and my mum was and dad were both good typists. So uh, that's gonna stay with me. And I just love the little cute envelope, and it's got a teeny weeny paper clip there too. Quiet Meadow. This one and the dies, the matching dies. Now don't worry how I stole my dies; they're all there. The Meadow dies. I've used them heaps and heaps. I'll be using the All That Dies, which is just the this is a great set. It's just got it's a standalone. It was part of a bundle, but it doesn't match with any images or anything. So it's a great set for labels. Um, one of my favorites, this Gorgeously Made, that's going as well. That's retiring. So if you like that Gorgeously Made die and stamp set, get that. So I'm just going through the list. I'm probably better off saying what I'm using that's not going, because most of them are going. Time Worn Type embossing folder. That's another one that used heap of times. And I don't know whether I think it's quite late. This is still part of a set, the Elegant Eucalyptus. Now, this is a really cute embossing folder. There's two in the set. And it fits in the mini embossing stamping card and embossing folder. So uh, we'll be using that as well. And some blends. So a few things we're doing. So first up, I think we'll do some die cutting and some embossing. And I'm going to be embossing this Cajun Craze. So this is a matte layer. So this is just 14.3 by 10 centimeters. And we'll do some die cutting as well, so we can get that kind of out of the way as much as we can. So there's quite a few products that are carrying over as well. So um, you don't have to worry. There's lots carrying over actually. So it's we've got a good range that's going through. We've got lots going as well, but I'm gonna go back here and we're gonna emboss it. And I will put my links up for you to shop online. You can shop online with me in Australia, or you can contact me for your orders. So the time one type gives you that really nice texture on with just the distressed text. Then we're going to be doing some die cutting. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. So with the die cutting, I've got all kinds of bits and pieces. So we're going to use, it's going to be pecan pie. And with this die, I love this die from All That Dies. It's just such a nice little die. I'm not too worried if I miss the left side. I need the right. And just use your scraps. So this got came about as a result of a challenge we had with my team leader, Beck. Now she does a mystery card challenge where she gives us a particular set of like consumables. So generally it's a card base, a piece of DSP, so probably like a matte layer of DSP. And she will also give a couple of pieces of other, like a colored cardstock and maybe a white. And this time it was very vanilla. And then we create whatever we want with it. So it's always interesting how creative we are with that piece of, with that. Oh, I need to emboss this, sorry. With those pieces given and how frugal we are. We really stretch that out. So I actually want this. So I'm trying to place this kind of to come. Let me get it this way. Maybe like that. Yeah. So I want it kind of on the angle and then I'll get it from below. So you'll see. So you can position it so you get the majority of that image. Let's get the different embossing folder. So I will have to do some more die cutting after, but just doing what I need to now. And I have a feeling I got this wrong. It feels thicker, but it wasn't going through. I'm pretty sure. What was I doing wrong? It should work. Yeah, I was right. Right, the 3D folders need the number 4 plate. Now, that's a very pretty folder. You can even use it in the center. It's good on the envelope, the flaps of the envelope as well. You can see I've been working with some of our new colors. I'm preparing a new class in the mail. I was preparing a new class in the mail today. But you will get that out this weekend. So now I'm going to bring in craft. And I'm going to bring in my Asian Crates ink pad and a blending brush. So I have, this is sort of my yellow one. Let's try to see if that's my more orangey one. Yes. I've just got some generic ones. Let's say with our embossed layer, I'm just using it on the emboss side. I'm just going to add some shading or blending around the edges using Cajun Craze. So it will go like this. Just load up your brush in a circular motion. Just going to share this to my group actually. Sometimes I forget. If you're not getting notifications, just make sure you click on your manage notifications and you will get all the notifications of anything I post, like events and things like that. Because I know some people say they don't get my event notifications and things like that. So I don't want to miss all that. So we're going around like this and adding some bit of character onto this. Next, I'm gonna add pecan pie to the. I'm gonna do a bit of pecan pie, and I will probably go a bit of early espresso as well. And yes, it's a bit extra, but I like to do this, and it's going to show a bit of contrast against your base, which is also Cajun Craze. But very autumn colors. Okay, so while I've got the pecan pie, I'm leaving that aside for a minute. I'm bringing in pecan pie here onto my little label, which we embossed with the eucalyptus embossing folder. And this is pecan pie. I do have a bit of the Cajun Craze already on my brush, so it's going to pick up that reddish tone. And that I like that. If you didn't want that, just give your brush a bit of a circular rub on that scrap paper. But I'm okay with that. I like that. And I might even go back and add some more. We'll go back in. I like that red. The Cajun Craze. It's not red. It's a rustic red, isn't it? So we want that. What's your favorite technique? Do you love blending? I love a bit of ink blending. I love coloring. if you love Stampin blends, just PSA, public service announcement, that the blends are going up in price. So make sure you stock up on that so you don't get hit with it. Okay, so now I've got early espresso, and I'm going to add more depth, and this is where it's just going to add that. It nearly feels like I'm a bit burnt on that, and I felt that was just adding that nice work. So now I am going to add the same, the early espresso, to this. And rest round. And I just love the look it's giving around the piece of cardstock. It's so nice. The next thing I have is some pieces. I'm going to keep all my bits and pieces here. They're going to have lots and lots. I'm not too fussed about the center because that's going to get covered up. Some of these notes, I'll get the name of it. It's Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper. Now, this is carrying over. This is a specialty paper, and they're cut to 4.5 by 10 centimeters. So the other side is this scripty gold paper. And you get, I've only got 3 pieces. So again, I'm going to add some blending with my early espresso. I'll add that a bit later. First of all, I will go with a bit of apron. And to be honest, what I did in the first card, I cannot recall because I was just having a bit of fun. And that's all right. Every card's different. That's the good thing. I'm just going around each piece and just adding this Cajun craze. And was the last time Cajun craze? Do you show it much love? I really love Cajun craze. Such a nice color. Okay, I will close the early espresso for now. I don't need it for now. All right, so what we're going to do is grunge it up by basically folding and scrunching this paper up. So we're going to just squeeze it and make it a bit rustic. And so it has some nice marks, and it's going to tear, and it's just the nature of it. And that's okay. That will just lend to its character. And if you want some lines going the other way, just pop it like that. And actually, I used to just go like this, and I saw Michaela did the tutorial once, and she started like this, and so that's kind of then you get like your fold starting that way, and that gives you a bit more just different look. Yeah, I think instead of just going scrunch. And then I'm just going to go like that. And just basically it's now, okay, so it's all scrunched up. And it's nice specialty paper. And it's on the XC side. And you go, oh, do I scrunch it? And I'm not using the specialty side either. It's just terrible. Okay, so you're going to get that. Just a very kind of I wasn't so happy with the scrunch on the first one, so I just ripped that. So if you've got three scrunched up pieces of paper, and you can do this with any piece, whatever DSP you've got. If you've got any of those, like any of our neutrals, you could do that. You can, if you wanted to change, if you had some of our neutrals paper, and there's a lot of white, just blend over it and you can get a different look. Now I'm gonna go with early espresso, and I'm gonna go over it, and it's gonna pick up those folds. All right, and I'm even gonna, like, as I'm blending, I'm folding into those lines. Now, how good does that look? It's that burnt, like I've held it over a stove or something. Next one, and we're going like that, and so we're basically forming our background. And if you see a bit of white on the back, just you can just tap it, like where the tear is, just run over it with your blending brush, so that it takes that starkness of the paper out. And then I'm just gonna go on the edges a bit. So this is not my usual nice blending. It's a bit more haphazard. And I'm folding while I'm running my blending brush over, so I'm getting those nice edges on my paper. All right, so we've got our pieces of paper there, and you wouldn't say that's that nice Nature's Sweetness DSP. I'll set that aside. Now for some, just gonna give my hands a bit of a clean, because it does get messy. I'm gonna do some stamping. Bring in our piercing mat. We're gonna use the Just My Type for it's a photopolymer stamp set, but I'm gonna keep this for my die cutting so we can smaller piece. And yeah, we'll use this. But with this image and that one, right, if I just stamp a few extras, I'll just leave it in there. if I had a matching die, you can see I've had some. This doesn't have a matching die. So if I did have a matching die set, I normally leave my extra images in the die packet. Some of our clear blocks are retiring to the small, some of the smaller, and there's a couple of small ones. The air one's going, and there's a few others. So just check them out. But the others are staying, so there's no need to panic. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. A Pretty Peacock I know is very well loved, but I don't use it much. And when it wasn't in color, it was not my favorite because I obviously was the odd one out. So place your image. I'll show you the other card I made at the end. The it changed things up. This one I'm gonna stamp the bit of paper, and I'm stamping it separately, and we'll fussy cut it in pecan pie. Okay. Just give a bit of a gap there, so you just I have to touch it. I'll just see how I go. Now with this, just turn your paper as you cut as far as possible. I know sometimes it's hard. Even if you don't create this actual card, there's lots of techniques you could possibly use in your creations, uh, and hopefully you'll be able to take away something that you'll be able to try. This one's not hard to fussy cut, I would say that. So, it's not a difficult one. Okay, so did I just end up through the other piece? We're going to get a sponge over, and I want to grunge it up a bit or distress it, and we'll use some early espresso and go around this and just bring that in. This is a very old sponge over, so it's not the greatest, but it's doing the job, and it's giving a distress look, so it's giving me the distress look. I will probably go back in with a bit of bigger, just because if you are watching on replay or on YouTube, just comment, and if you're on YouTube, please subscribe if you enjoy what you're watching. And also remember to subscribe, or just check your notifications as well, because we tricky with YouTube sometimes because they don't get the notifications all the time. And Saturday I have a class at 1 on YouTube. So hope to see you there. We'll be having some inspiration and probably some inspiration from our retiring products, and maybe some new stuff. I think I need to play with some new stuff. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue on the end there. So, and then we'll stick it like so. And I'll straighten that. Well, I'm going to go back, and because I just want to just take that edge off that white, stark white, bring in that, got a bit of residue of Cajun craze on that. That's all right by me. And as I blend this, it'll look like it's one piece. And, all right. So the next thing I'm going to do, I didn't get any ribbon, but I'll work it out. Just thinking aloud. Is take my meadow dies, and there's some flowers in there, and which are standalone. There's a stamp set, but the stamps in the flowers in that don't have a stamp, don't have a die, I should say. I actually used this for a class today, but there is a die in all these flowers are standalone, so you don't need the stamps. We're just going to die cut that out of white cardstock. And if you're limited in your supplies, you don't need a lot. Yeah, white cardstock, and it's a lot you can do with white. Because you can change up the color, or very vanilla, whatever you've got. I might need that base plate. I'm not having a good time with the plates today. You wouldn't think I'm on holidays. Maybe that's why I'm too much on holidays. And then I'm going to do one more thing while I've got the die cutting machine out. So that's the flower, and which we'll work on in a second. And I've also got another teeny bit of yeah, I do pecan pie cardstock. I'm going to use this this die from the Gorgeously Made die. I'm not going to need um, most of it, but I'm just using part of that. And I'll show you what I'll do. And I also need, just realized, a sentiment. So when you die cut this, you get two halves basically. So you'll get that half when it cuts out, and I haven't cut it straight, but you get two halves. So you can use both halves. And I am also going to be using the sentiment, like a label, Gorgeously Made dies, um, which is this one. And that's from that same die set. Let's see whether it fits there. Good. We basically got all our pieces ready to go. So first thing I'm going to do is color this flower. So let's get our card together and work out what's happening so we can get sort of a semblance of an idea. So this is gonna be like that. And if you, it's a bit tricky. You can, it's not the words are here and there, but you can occasionally catch a glimpse of one letter. So as long as that's right way up, that's fine. But to be honest, not many people would realize when they get the card. And we're going to set that out like that. I do want some sort of ribbon, which I forgot to get. So we'll work that out. So that's where we are at the moment. All right, so we're setting that down. I'm going to see what, ooh, I think I've got a ribbon. All right. But I'm thinking this flower is going to be right about there. And for coloring that in, I'm going to get Stampin' Gems. So use whatever you got with the colors with combination. I am using for the flower Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. And for the leaves, I'm going on the stem, Old Olive, and this is a new color which will become available on the 1st of May. One of our new colors, Shy Chamber. So to and you can there's pre-order on at the moment for demonstrators. So if you want to get involved in that, you just got to start it and you'll have access to that. I'm just going to I started, yeah, light. I thought I had started with the dark. So this is quite a kind of rough look. And for this part, I kept it quite clean in the sense I didn't go with distressing or anything like that. I kept the flower um, pure in that sense. I'm bringing dark petal pink, and there's no lines or anything like that, so I'm just going with whatever. Yeah. Just like a sun, like a burst. Okay, so now I'm bringing in light calypso coral, and I'm going in from the outer edge. Not base. Normally, you'd have your flower dark on the inside, but I just felt I liked it like this. No right or wrong. I was just trying to get some shading and coloring in here. And then I'm bringing, this is dark calypso coral. I'm using the brush tip because when it's like things like this, I find it a little bit, it doesn't have to be exact, so it gives me a better flow and control for these areas. And I will go back in with light uh, petal pink. So I can blend that in. And depending how that dries, I might have to add a bit of the calypso again. I can see it blending. Then I'll just go in with this. Same method. I'm just adding a bit of shading. While I'm at it, I will just tone this down a bit. Blend. This is light calypso coral I'm adding. Then I'll add the dark on this flower. And just adding in my own sort of lines here. Now for our stem, I'll start with light old olive. if you wanted to. If you had this die, you could cut it from the different colored cardstock and layer it. So you could cut one out of Calypso Coral or Petal Pink, whatever color you wanted, and then cut one out of Old Olive, and then you can layer it, which should work. I think this needs a little bit more blending. Sometimes it blends, not sometimes. With blends, you just need to let it fit a little and see how that works its magic. I'll bring in the darker Old Olive, and here I'm going to go, because it's a smaller area, just going to use my, it's not a bullet tip, but it is a smaller tip. And all I will be using is the light shamrock, just to add a bit of a variation in the green. So more of a cool tone green. I'll go like this, and I'll go back over with the light Old Olive. So I'm basically going with that Old Olive just so I can blend it in a bit. And it's nice to add different greens, because then you're getting some variance, because in your garden you're not getting the same green all over. So that's done. Now we got that done. For this sentiment, I've got my sentiment panel, which so I'm going to use this part of the die cut, which we did with the gorgeous lemon dies. And this is what I worry when I cut things a bit early. Where did I put it? Our little sentiment panel. It'll be right in front of me. We've got all this and that, and right here, it's right white on white. I couldn't see it. All right. So I've used the Quiet Meadow and the Thinking of You. I'm going to stamp that in early espresso. So I'm just going to maybe getting my head over, and I apologize for just trying not to, because it's a tight squeeze on this one, on the top and bottom. Yeah. Okay, it's not too tight. What I want to do in this instance, I won't cut it down. You could cut it down further. And I may even put my flower on the other side this time just to change it up. It's going to act like a border. Yeah. I want this to match. Now I could have cut this out of Petal Pink cardstock, but I didn't because I want to show you and how to get some variation in your coloring and also like on your cardstock. And if you only have white, which many don't, but if you do, or if you don't have all the colors, I'm using light petal pink so it can match and stamp first. All right, so I've stamped, that's a water-based ink, and I'll tell you why. So let it dry and don't do too much because it will kind of it shouldn't muddy, but sometimes I'll show you the other card I did. I colored first and then I stamped the sentiment and it kind of got a bit more stronger. The sentiment looked different. It's funny how it just changes it up a bit. So now I'm going to light Calypso Coral. I'm not going to add the dark one. I don't want that depth of color, but I will add the light one. So now you're going to get like a nice ombre kind of feel. I'm going to go over that Calypso Coral and back with the light over there. Okay, now I'm going to leave it there. You can see it's sort of, it's a bit wet there, but it looks, it just, I like that look it gives. It gives that nice grading in the sentiment, which I hope you can see. Hopefully you can catch that. Bring that back down. Now for assembly. For this one, I'm just going to glue straight down. These ones, these pieces, I'm going to add stamping dimensionals on all of them. And when I add my dimensionals, I will kind of crunch them. So they're going to have that dimension or the fold in them a bit. So it's going to give you I'm going to start with the center. I'm just going to overlap. And same with this one. So that looks better like that. All right. And I think I've just scrunched it as I put it down. All right. Now, I'm going to get this the paper out. All right. forgot to take that backing. Next is this. I may switch it. The card was on the other side, but it is okay. Let's first stick this guy down under and create that little border. The easiest way is we can put it, I'm just putting it there. And I just want a very narrow border. And just trim it down. And I would probably just go from the back. It looks weird. Oh, I did the wrong one, but I didn't need all that. I'm going to trim that guy down. I didn't need all that. I actually, in my previous one, I stuck it the other way so you couldn't see that. So those little spines were sitting upwards. I'm thinking that's something weird there. There you go. So I just chopped it off here. Same thing. All right. So just a bit of a switcheroo in here. Right there. Flower, where are you? I don't need that guy so big. So I'm going to trim him down after all my effort on his stem. Now, and that's it. The matchy comes in. For my ribbon, I'm going to open some ribbon. This is Pecan Pie. Let's get the English version. Center stripe ribbon. And it is an online exclusive ribbon. Now, I don't know. I thought it'll go well. Pecan Pie. I have thinking that's a figure 8. Got a bit extra there, but that's okay. Just gives me a bit of movement. So I'm just going to stick that down. I've just done a figure 8. No ribbon, no bows or anything like that. So let's get this out. I can still adjust the angle of that bow. I will put some dimensions on this. This is going to be a bulky card, but and because of all the angles, I'm kind of sticking it straightish on a slight angle. And this one, I'm not sure, but I want it that big. I might reduce and make that figure 8 a little bit smaller. That's why I give myself that room. If I want it bigger or smaller, I can do that. Sometimes you don't know the placement till you actually assemble, and it's always hard. Okay. Right, And if you don't like that starkness, I don't mind it. If I really want to go grungy, I can color that ribbon up, but I'm okay with that. You can make it pink if you wanted to. I'm gonna add another bit of the tape on just to be secure. Nothing worse than it coming off. Right. So dimensionals on the top and the bottom. So we're not going to put any on that ribbon. We'll put one at the bottom here, one at the top here, and basically it's just going to hold because that ribbon is pretty chunky. And that's as I place it, I want a bit more of that nice. I'm going to do it this way. And that and that. So the balance is you've got sort of a bit of the calypso coral there, and you've got a bit of calypso here. I might even move that a bit there. I do have. I'm not finished. Oh goodness, this is like the everything card. You see, I have some fun with this. I'm going to double it up on this side because this is. Maybe I'll put one more up there. Then it'll balance. So the other side of this paper is this lovely scripty paper. Now I think it would be nice to have that with the being the typewriter and the whole thing. It might be nice to tuck that in somewhere, which I like. This is my afterthought, which I always have. And maybe I'll just sometimes I have these thoughts. And I think, oh, we'll put that in there. And like that. So I think it'll just add that cohesion with the just a tiny bit. Have that showing under. It doesn't have to be much. It's just it could be even that way. Just felt it was kind of nice. I could be very wrong. Maybe on this side. But I don't know. But then the flower's going there. Or maybe like that. No, the flower's nice there. I think it's nice like that. I might discard it, but we'll try. Just had this bright idea. I don't know whether it was so bright, but why did I stick that down? I don't know. I think yeah, that's it. And I'm just going to fold that a bit just to give it a bit of a lift. And so it kind of goes with that. So it's not really completely glued down. And he is there. Wonderful. I've got a dimensional there. I'm going to put a teeny tiny piece on the little flower here. That's probably too big. See. Yeah. And then, just so it's sort of not floating, I'll just put a bit of glue here. So it's grounded. Radio. As they say, cooking with that. What do you think? A bit of a pizza cart, but I like it. I really enjoy doing that. It's I always do like clean and white art bases and that sort of stuff. It's nice to do something just out of the ordinary, or not out of the ordinary, out of what is my ordinary or my regular. So for the inside, let's not forget the inside. Probably I would just kind of, well, this is probably the bit that is going to go there. But anyway, that's okay. Let's Cajun paste this up a bit. So it kind of blends. And, well, you can use, now that I've introduced that specialty, the goldie side as well, you could put that on the inside. And I will probably cover the envelope up like I normally do. I've decided I'm not waiting for my paper. I'll just keep using it. I see I stamped on the other side, but for some other reason. But no, I am repurposing. So if you haven't signed up for a newsletter, I know the links aren't up. I will have them up as soon as I get off this live, because I had some issues getting on this live to start with. So I was like a very rushed, no links live. I will put it up. Sign up for my newsletter if you would like inspiration. And every week, I do share a tutorial. I do admit that the last 2 weeks was hectic, and I just didn't get a newsletter out at all. But I am 99% of the time, I send you out a newsletter at least once a week, and you do get a free tutorial. And I will be catching up those ones I didn't send. So yesterday, everyone got a lot better from Rochelle. My glues, they're playing up. It needs some, what do you call it? Tough love. And there's plenty. I can feel it. It doesn't. Oh, here we are. There's so much there. So let me not get that on the card. And I'm going to show you the other card I did, and basically what I had to work with, and you can see what you can do with your limited supplies. Today I went all out, but you don't need that. So I'm not going to test my glue for now. I'll stick that out after the video, and I will have a supply list for you so you can shop, and a link for your shopping. I do have a special with the orders of 150 will get a pack of embellishments from me this month. That's my ordering special. But orders over 90, you will get 2 tutorial bundles. There's over 55 tutorials in there. So this is my card now, and the original card I did was this. Now, as I said, this was part of a challenge, and we basically got a very vanilla, a very vanilla card base. We got a piece of designer series paper, like the size of a card front. So just this designer series paper. We got a piece of very vanilla, another piece of very vanilla, about 10 by 10, and a piece of pecan pie, about 10 by 10. So out of that, I created this. So I cut my DSP like I did here, and we also got some ribbon. And so all we can use is stamps and colors, and then I stamped the image just like what you saw. Change. This is, I can't even remember what this was. This is very vanilla. And this is pecan pie. This is, of course, the very vanilla. And then I had some strips left over. The script was going like I had a long strip, but I just stuck them behind there. So as opposed to how this was going, I didn't have a nice long piece of this. I would have tucked it this way. I like the look there. So that's just a little bit different. I had the embossing going the other way, and so, and just to add it, I just added the script inside with the stamping, and that's just with very like 4 pieces of 2 pieces of cardstock, a card base, and a piece of DSP. So I've added lots more in here. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate your time this evening. I would love for you to join me on Saturday at 1 o'clock on my YouTube channel, where you can share with me a card making class I'll be sharing with you. 4 cards using Stampin' Up supplies, and you get to see all the fun there. It's 1 o'clock. It's generally around 1.5 to 2 hours, but the replay is always there as well on my YouTube channel. I've got lots of videos there, so you can hop on and check that out. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it that your time is valuable, and that you have taken the time to stop by and watch this video. I look forward to seeing you soon, and have a great rest of the week.